before I like lose my mind. We could do rail screen. Why not? We can. I don't know. I don't even know if you guys have screens, but who cares?
I do.
There you go. We're just gonna do headlines. We'll just do catch up and cover it all. Okay, so we're officially recording on there. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. That is Andrew Labouche. That is Miguel Antonio Barragan. My name's Lee Honish. And we talk boxing and interview. Listen, what the fuck's a carnivore? If you don't know, trust me when I say it. Somehow magically, Miguel didn't drop the camera. Lee didn't shit the bed. We have a real Bob Arum interview that we will be releasing probably in the next week, but we've all watched the video. I just watched it for the first time because it makes me uncomfortable to watch it. Pick out the beginning where I suck his dick for 20 minutes. Would you have kissed his ass that hard at the beginning, Andrew?
I don't know if you're sucking his cock, but yeah.
I think you have to, right? Like, so I was talking to Killian. I don't remember names. I was talking to Killian about the interview. He goes, why didn't you go further? He was into it. I said, like what? What do you think boxing will be like after you're dead because you're almost dead? I mean, like, what's the next real question here? I mean, I asked him the spaghetti lasagna question, and what? They're both fattening. What are you fucking talking about? I got to play this because you don't know the backstory on this, Andrew. So I'm sure everybody's seen some of our interviews with these people. Same questions. We did them to Bob. I'm shitting my pants because Bob is there randomly on Thursday for the press conference of Berchelt. And the Berchelt interview is rather uneventful, but Bob is just, like always, sitting in the front seat, waiting for a bowl of soup. And I go, Miguel, we have to do it. And he goes, are you sure? I go, let me go clear it. Let me go clear it with PR. So I walk over and ask PR, and he goes, oh, it'll be great. I know the question, like what you're doing. Yeah. I go, but Bob gets pissed. Like Bob loses his shit on stupid questions. He goes, yeah, he'll just leave. I go, right, but I don't want to lose credentials. And like Bob is kind of notorious for making people disappear in the desert. He's like, oh, that's all. He goes, I wouldn't do that to you, Lee. No, you're good. You're good. All right. Everybody got it? And this is exactly what Evan said. It's a 50-50. I go present this to the producer of the segment, Miguel, and he's like, I don't know. You guys are fucking with me at this point. Like, I think the funnest part, if I'm wrong, Miguel, is me with my back while somebody else was getting quotes from the virtual press conference and me standing there going, please tell me you walked away. Please tell me you walked away. Please tell me you walked away. Like, I'm not sure I can do this. Yeah, is he still there? And every time I looked around, now the other PR people are showing up because now word is circulating. All right. Cut to Miguel, who turns on the camera. He nails all the tech. But I look at him and his hand is slightly shaking. And I went, oh, God. I'm going to save the rest of the interview from there. What was your whole take on that moment, Miguel?
Well, I was holding the camera kind of like I guess belly level, so I wasn't really having I didn't have it up essentially. I had it kind of low, so I was looking down at my phone while I was recording, and then I did feel, the PR dude next to me, probably looking over my shoulder. I couldn't turn and look at him. I was just making sure that I'm keeping my eye on the phone, so my hand doesn't slowly drift away, end up, cutting your head out of the fucking, clip or something. So I was thinking to myself, like it was one of those, oh, let's just get this over with. Let's just get this over with, you know. And when you were like, asking the questions, I was concerned that you were gonna like forget some of the questions. I was like, oh shit, you lost your spot on your phone. You know, you had your phone in front of you, and I'm like, oh shit. For a quick second, I was thinking that Bob was gonna get impatient and be like, come on, motherfucker, or something, you know, to kind of like push it along. But thankfully he didn't. But yeah, I mean, it was one of those things where I felt if anything could go wrong, it was going to go wrong.
Yeah, it was stressful for all of you Fight Net faithful. But we managed to get it. And if you actually look at the real video at 4K def on a super big TV, you can catch the ever so gentle movement of the camera. But Miguel managed to pull it off. Andrew had to run out of the room for exactly 1 second. Quickly, we'll run through the week. We were able to get that, and we got what's his name? The other guy. That was the highlight for sure. But we got the announcer dude. What's his name?
Chinook. I forgot his first name already.
Mike or Mark?
Mark Chinook.
Mark Chinook. So we've got Mark Chinook. We haven't put out Sky, and I still have Diamante. So for the next 3-4 weeks, I don't have to kill myself getting stuff out. So keep an eye out. Follow us on social media. Go to boxingtonight.io. We always put, I think right now I'm going to go with those as videos. I don't even know if this is going to actually be a video because the darn things, like, my video keeps freezing at this moment. So don't stress yourselves out. Go. I will safely say Bob will probably come out sooner than later. I'm kind of sure that one's going to go viral. That one. If you think you know what Bob's going to say, I think you're wrong. The ones that I thought would be the ones Bob would be into were not. And the ones that Bob was into, where we got like, Rocky movies. That's a good question. I shit you not. Like, it was, he's still like everybody's grandfather, and he's still the guy that's going to say whatever. He managed, actually, how many times do you think he said the word fuck during the interview? This is almost like a drinking game.
Oh, damn. 3, I want to say.
Yeah, you nailed it. He said fuck 3 times. Like, fuck them, fuck off. Fucking irrelevant. Whatever you say, Bob. Whatever you want. You back with me, Andrew?
Yeah, we're here.
All right, cool. So that gets us up to the fight itself. So let's talk about it for a quick second. Stunning. Like, the entire night was crap. I'll tell you that the pizza we had was very good, but the night itself was, I mean, extraordinarily uneventful until Miguel and I started watching the fight. We sit down. You're going to love this, Andrew. I go, Berchildt's going to win this in like 6 rounds. He goes, oh no, he went the distance in his last fight. I go, all right, overs, unders, 6.5 rounds. Miguel goes, bet. Dinner on the next event. I go, done. And we're watching the fight. I go, well, I think I'm going to win, but it's not the way I thought I was going to win. I was stunned by the outcome of, I was legit stunned by the outcome. How was it for you, Andrew?
Yeah, it was a bad, right away I started thinking about your guys' the question on the consecutive knockouts.
Yeah.
Berchildt's
that's real.
close to being our first candidate for retirement here with getting 2 consecutive knockouts, and not pretty ones either. The Valdez one left him face down on the mat, and this one was sort of just like he just broke him down, but it was like Berchildt just wasn't there mentally. I don't know if he has it. So, it's the same thing Anthony Joshua, I think, goes through right now. As soon as they get hit, they don't know if it hurt them or if it didn't. They've got to process the punch before they can carry on with the fight, and that's never good to do in boxing, especially when you're fighting the elite fighters out there. If Berchildt can't get over this these two defeats here, he looks to be done as a fighter.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'll take it to you, Miguel. What did you text to Andrew about him being broken by Valdez?
Precisely that. It's like once it's sometimes it happens to you, right? You get knocked the fuck out, and you're just never the same. It's happened to many people throughout history. Right off hand, Felix Trinidad, right after he got spanked by Bernard Hopkins. Yeah, he came back, beat Mayorga and a few other people, but that was it. He couldn't beat Winky, couldn't beat Roy Jones. He wasn't the same, and that's pretty much what he looked like. That's the first thing that came to mind when I saw that. I'm like, oh shit, Valdez broke Burchell. Like this is not good.
Which jumps us to the middle of the fight when Miguel hands me the phone and goes, uh-oh. Zoo got knocked down. I have actually gone back and watched the replay of it, but all right, so that day I actually did a complete Kostya sort of retro on YouTube and watched his, 10 biggest fights. The kid fights just like his dad. I mean, just like that style is crazy.
He let's put it this way, Lee. He watched a lot of film on his dad, right? So he's mimicking.
But that's a really hard style to fight.
His dad had
fighting. You're not actually boxing. You're fighting with people. That's not a very healthy style, because the thing that beat his dad was boxers. Boxers were the end of his career. We saw it in San Diego, where we watched a fighter and a boxer. And a boxer, generally a good boxer, like a Floyd or somebody with skill, will win. But yeah, you're going to get caught. You're going to fight that style. You're going to get caught, bro. You're wide open. The kids have arrived. All right, what's your take on watching the fight, Andrew?
Well, he like I said, he mimics his dad. I don't think I don't think he is his father. He just punches like him, kind of holds his hands up like him. I don't remember Katsia being so easy to hittable. I thought Zoo took a lot of punches in this fight. Yeah, he was fighting a former Olympian, not any slouch there. But once again, as the opposition gets bit better, you got to have better defense than what he's showing. It's just way too much straightforward. Doesn't move his head. Good offensively. Look, I love he's got great combinations. He's got a great body shot. They keep working on that body. I know that's something his dad taught him or it constantly is telling him, because it really looks like Zoo goes to the body to try to break you down, not to just he focuses a lot on that, and that was great. We haven't seen that a lot in the sport. That's great on that side. It's just the defense eating way too many counter punches while he's trying to deliver his offense.
Yeah, actually, I'd recommend going back and watching Zoo's 10 biggest knockouts. He's getting hit. He's just tough as shit. He's just tough. He's just really. I was watching it with Killian, and he's fucking he's relentlessly coming in, like relentlessly pressing.
Still know how to roll. Tim doesn't know how to roll a punch. He's taking him off the chin. He's looking right at his opponent. His head doesn't move. So no, I'm telling you, I know he watched his dad and he looks like him. I get that. But there's things missing there. Lee, he got put down really early in the fight. He got
really early, and it was a good pop, no doubt.
It was a straight right hand, yeah, right down the middle. I mean, if that's Charlo's right hand, he might fucking knock him out, bro. Like you can't get hit by big guys like that. You know what I'm saying? That dude's 6'1", 80 pounds when he gets into the ring. You don't want to get hit by a right hand like that. And I'm just saying. I don't remember his dad taking him right off the chin. He used to roll his punches a lot. He was a great boxer. People underestimate Zoo's skills. So Tim, it was a good performance. Offensively, I love the kid. Look, uppercuts, right hands from every angle, the jab, the body shots. I love all that. We got to slow down on even that Castellano fight.
Yeah.
I told it, that guy's beaten or should have beaten Lara, should have beaten Charlo. Don't know if Zoo wants to face him right now. He's not, is he really that level? I would say, in my opinion, no. So
There you go. What'd you think of the replay, Miguel?
Well, yeah, I mean, he got dropped early, right? You want to see young fighters face adversity, and you don't want them to face it for the first time against elite fighters. You want them to face it against guys around this level. And the guy, his opponent, I can't pronounce the last name, Gausha. He is an Olympian, so he was
Gawasher, yeah.
Yeshua or something. So
we gotta now know the name Nakatila. Now we gotta know Guashas. Jesus Christ, too much.
Yeah, new people coming out the woodwork.
Fuck it, throw them all off.
Yeah. So it almost looked like his opponent was gonna throw that lead right hand first, and then Sue try to like catch it. I mean, not catch it, but like I guess beat him to it. But he was just a split second behind, and it was like Gosha's punch landed first. So ultimately he went on to win, and it was a good performance. It did look like he made some adjustments. He was still getting caught with that right hand, but not as much. Yeah, you don't want to take those against the elite guys, but it's good that he faced this kind of adversity now with somebody like Gosha, who is an Olympian himself. So it wasn't exactly a slouch by any stretch. Yeah, he's not an elite dude, but he is a good step up, and this is the like the time to test. When you step up the competition, either you mop the floor with them, or they do it with you, or they're actually tested. That the opponent is meant to test you at this stage of your maturity of your career, and that's precisely what Gasha did. So ultimately, Tim did come back, and he does look like his pops, of course, not just like physically, but also like I don't think it's necessarily a mimicking thing, like he watches his dad and then tries to do exactly the same, because sometimes it is just heredity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a buddy who I see him stand, and he stands just like his dad. It's like, I don't think he does it on purpose. It's just the way he stands. Is just used to standing that way, and that's why his pops is. Because you can tell how stiff Tim is. Upstairs he keeps his gloves up by his temples, and his pops does that. So maybe that's taught. I don't know. But just his movement, it just seems like that's just kind of maybe hereditary. I don't know. But it was a great test, nonetheless. This is the kind of stuff we want to see. We want to see improvement. And it wasn't just that he came back and he won a decision. I think he finished him, as a matter of fact. Yeah, towards the latter half of the fight. So, yeah, I mean, it was a shocker to see him drop, right? It didn't look like that, hard of a right hand. Maybe Sue was just still kind of cold, like he caught him kind of cold, and it was one of those flash knockdowns, really, ultimately what it was. He got hit with that right hand a few more times that same round, and he took it well. And then from then on, it was just, upward for him. So it's a good test. I liked it. Yes, it was a shocker that he got dropped. But I mean, we see guys like, Brian Garcia get dropped. You see that shit. It's like, all right, he comes back and he ends up winning. These are good tests for these guys, and you want them to occur now at this stage of their career before they actually get to the elites. But they better fucking learn. They better make those adjustments, because taking one of the shots from fucking Charlo, or even Castano for that matter, it may be a different story.
Yeah, and I think both of us said it here. He was an Olympian.
Yeah,
that's where it stops, and he got dropped. At least Campbell, ex-world champion, ex-gold medal Olympian. There's a difference there in the category of the opposition. So this is what's a red flag. Should he have been dropped by such a low opponent? On this guy who's nothing as a pro? We have said nothing about his pro fighting. Only that he was an Olympian means he was a good amateur fighter, a 3-round fighter, and he dropped him. Zoo in his next fight, it's not for a world title. We could put the brakes and all that. I don't even know if you want to go top 10 with him yet. He's got to show head movement. He's got to show a whole fight that he doesn't end up on the mat. So, maybe look for some guy with some more power, test his chin a little bit more, see where they're at with that. But as far as going for a WBO title, I don't know. Watch what you wish for.
Yeah, get a guy who's got more power to force Tim to move, him to move his head, to move it off the center line and to bob and weave because he looks stiff as shit. He looked like almost like the Klitschko's. They barely have any upper body movement.
Right.
They that jab is great, fantastic, right? But it's like you crack them, they don't. Once they throw their right hand, they don't dip their head off the center line, and they're gonna get stuck. And that's precisely how Zoo got dropped. So yes, that's the next step. He probably should have known this by now. But hey, fuck it. If Tim is listening to this, the head movement, bro. Don't keep it in the same spot. So
and can I say that Mr. Heyman got it wrong again? When this young man screamed Charlo's name, why didn't they jump all over that?
Well, because Charlo is doing. I was just going through the news. The news for the last week is the same as the news from the week before, right?
To him. So I'm just cutting to the chase here. They only listen to Al. So Al should have pulled that trigger. As soon as the undefeated Zoo, who's a star over there in Australia, was calling, he's trying to get Charlo to be Mayweather, right? Like, who is he working for? Is he working for Zoo or is he working for Charlo? Because if you're working, you've been putting all this time and money into getting Charlo the elite. Zoo was undefeated and is already selling tickets. He asked for the fight. Maybe should have went with it. Charlo would have got another good knockout under his belt. Instead, now they're going to put the brakes on Zoo. You won't hear him saying Charlo's name here no time soon. I'm telling you guys that right now.
There you go. Caught up on all the fights. Let's do a little bit of news, and we will catch you up, and we'll reset again on Sunday. Inoue Donaire rematch is set June 7th. That's all you need to know. Dates and places will change. COVID will, but we officially have Inoue Donaire. Do I want this, Miguel?
yes, absolutely want it. I mean, one way or another. I mean, what's his name? Donaire got himself a belt, so it's significant to some degree, even though he lost that first one. But we saw that power. We say this oftentimes: the power is the last thing that a fighter loses, and he still got that pop in that left hook, and we saw it in that first fight. Well, in their first fight. So yeah, I mean, I was about to ask you that before you beat me to the punch of like where the location.
Oh,
I mean, that's
Saitama, like they're gonna do it over there.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And that's gonna change because COVID overseas is way different than here. Like we're open, like everything's open, like we're done here. Like everybody gave up in America, like they just don't care anywhere. Like but China's on a brand new lockdown, which could easily turn into Asia turning into a full new lockdown. Like I'll believe it when I see it. This could wind up in Vegas also. Like I could see that too. So
I would not mind because I would go to that one. That one I'd be hella down to go. We'll submit the credentials twice for that one because I'm excited for that one. I would love to see how what adjustments Inoue makes. He got cracked. I mean, it was only one particular time if I'm mistaken, but nonetheless, I'm eager to see that one get himself collect another belt if he ends up beating Donaire, which is likely. Donaire is already 39, I think he is, so on the way out. But nonetheless, that one I'm totally looking forward to that one.
And on the Miguel, is it a scrap meter?
Oh yes, you best believe it. It's gonna be a good scrap. You better believe it.
There you go. Andrew, you excited?
Yeah, we went over this numerous times. Yes, the fight seems like it's taken way too long to happen. I'm hoping Donaire didn't get old during all this because, listen, yeah, he's winning, but he's not beating Inoue's out there. And Inoue has only been getting, what's the word? He was in his prime 2 years ago. Where do you think he's at right now? You know what I mean? Like he's not over the hill. He's only bigger and stronger. So Donaire needs to get in the ring and get this guy already or
Well, what is he? 45, 46? Like how the fuck old is he?
I'm going to say in his mid 20s. Yeah, I think you're right on that. About 20.
Mean, he's like fuck. Yeah. How much is left in the tank for Nonito? I mean,
Nonito's in his 40s, bro.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. How old is Nonito? Like
Nonito's like 42, I believe.
Yeah, right. How much can be left in his fucking
Shit,
tank?
I thought he was late 30s still. Jesus.
No,
Okay.
I thought he was mid 40s. Like that's
Inoue 28, so he's dead in his prime. Inoue dead in his prime right now. This fight happened when he was younger, right? The experience wasn't there. Still a big fight scenario, so he's going into this one. This could be a different thing. We just need to get it to happen. Like I said, talking about it for too long. What did they fight 2 years ago?
Yeah, been that long. Super 6 or
Well,
whatever it was. But yeah,
before COVID. So yeah, I mean, 2 years ago or before.
Yeah, so
it's a long remake.
definitely.
All right. This is our producer, Sam Navajero's next story. I'm just going to jump to it. The slap heard round the world. Yes, we will cover it because it is fighting on some level. Andrew, was it a shocker? Listen to that. That's must-see TV.
The what's must see TV is Chris Rock's next stand up. No, that's
Right?
what's must see TV.
Right?
I hope he goes real hard on the Smith family, or not the family, but both Will and Jada. It's sad the kids got to get pulled into all the BS that their parents have brought upon themselves. But
I don't want to say it. Why is it got to go full? Like, I was watching even Rogan talking about it. He goes, no, he made a mistake in front of the world and took a shit on stage. Like, he literally, like, Will Smith literally took a shit on stage and doesn't believe there's any repercussions. He goes, Chris told actually a harmless joke. Like, that wasn't even a hard jab.
well,
I would have doubled down. I think personally, if it were me, I would have doubled fucking down at that moment and came right back with another. Wait, man, because you watched bald and fucking another chick. I mean,
his stand-up is going to be stand-up's going to be way better though. The tickets went through the roof. He did it right.
Oh, he's doing stadiums. Right. He just officially hit stadium on that one.
Where I think Will Smith also messed up was when he blamed it on acting. Now all of a sudden the role he played is what sometimes art imitates life, or what that bullshit he said at the end. You know, if you got to look at him now as a liability if you're putting him in one of your action movies. Or are you going to go off the top and now slap somebody and then blame me for putting you in a scene where you had to slap people? Like, I just thought the whole thing was stupid.
You just walked up on stage and like, well, and I was asked this, and I've been asked this a couple of times. Oh, yeah.
And then he blamed her dad. Oh, that dude was crazy. That dude's crazy. That's why I did it. What the fuck? Don't bring my name into this. See, her dad's like, what did I do? I didn't slap anybody.
Actually, here's his mistake. I would have doubled down if I was Will Smith on the interview after. That's my woman. Nobody talks bad about her. She's uncomfortable about having to shave her head from alopecia.
Yeah. But see, Lee,
he didn't go that way. He went the other way and tried to fix it. My attitude would have been,
listen, he's been
fuck
caught.
You.
She's been caught cheating.
She was fucking women. She's actually like her.
She went on
interviews. Crazy.
Tupac Shakur. Like,
yes.
Are they really even together? Are they really together? Like he was tweeting with other women like not even too long ago. That's why now all of a sudden it's keep my wife's name out your mouth. It just seemed all that seemed phony. Seemed like
if it were, what I would have done if I was Chris, I would have went, why are you mad? She done fucking Tupac and what you're left. I would, if you're going to go deep. If you're going to make the joke and you're going to be that guy over a G.I. Jane joke that was actually a shitty bald joke to, listen, you mad because that's the one you got stuck with, Will? Like, I don't know why you wouldn't double, triple, quadruple down at that moment if you're Chris. Because Chris did the ultimate badass move. He didn't remove his hands from behind his back, and he took that shot like a boss. Like a fucking boss. And that's why everybody goes, it was staged. Wasn't staged. That dude took the hit like a kid from the streets who went, you hit like a bitch. I mean, really.
Lifting weights doesn't make you a fighter, Lee.
Doesn't make you a fighter.
You're a fighter.
Miguel, what did you think of the infamous slap? Our producer, Sam Navajero, wants to know.
Well, I'm gonna try not to go on a rant here because first and foremost, I don't think it was legit. I mean, there's no fucking way. I don't think that was legit. I mean, I've watched enough pro wrestling to know when a fake punch was thrown. That should look fake. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, but we're gonna go down the rabbit hole of let's say it was legit. First and foremost, the fucked up blatant double standard we have here. Earlier in the night or later in the night, there was a fucked up joke with I think it was Amy Schumer and Wanda Sykes.
Yeah.
That joked about fucking LeBron's hairline, but that's totally fine. That's totally cool. But no, say some shit about a woman, and then everybody loses their shit. Like, calm the fuck down. Fuck your double standards here. Are we equal? Or are we not? Furthermore, we know damn well that fucking Jada hasn't exactly been the most loyal wife, girlfriend, whatever. She's what you would call an alpha widow, basically, when she gets fucked her brains out by the top dude, in this case Tupac, and then she'll never, she wishes she still has Tupac. She wishes she can just lock down Tupac, but of course she ended up with Will, R.I.P. Tupac. And then she'll never forget Tupac. Basically, Will never fucking compare to Tupac. That's basically where he's at. It's called
videos about this.
She made
and
videos
talking about it.
And she's been, with this quote unquote entanglement with this other motherfucker, right?
The dude, she's been doing shit. She's been doing all kinds of shit. And
this August dude even like wrote a song about her. Like, how come he's not telling him like, hey, keep my wife out your fucking mouth? Like, fuck out of here, dude. He's a straight up. I'm sorry, Will. You're a straight up cuck fucking simp for doing that bullshit. If you're gonna talk that bullshit and talk it all right, that bitch better be your fucking like badass puta, not to be out here fucking other dudes talking about other guys and so much. Like, no, fuck that.
No doubt. I think all three of us agree that if my woman had to shave her hair because of cancer or alopecia or whatever, and somebody made the joke that Andrew we all know what I would do. I would do it. I have no issue with it.
Joke about LeBron, and that's fucked up, right? You joke about it, but that's totally cool that he could fucking take it. It's like it's a funny joke until that shit comes around to you, and then it's like, oh, now it's too personal. No. You laughed at the joke when they're pointing the finger at the other fucking person. Take it in the jaw, take it in the mouth. Like, take it a hit, roll with the punches, man. Laugh at it. It's a joke.
And the video shows that he does laugh at it. He's laughing at jokes.
Exactly. Right? Deep down inside, I bet
I wouldn't be surprised. Real deep cut. I tell everybody, go on YouTube. Will Smith was making jokes on Arsenio about baldness.
No, but he's laughing that night when he said G.I. Jane. When he recorded this joke, Will Smith and she's rolling her eyes.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, deep down he's like, "Oh, that shit was hella good, right?" And then Jada's like, "No, go do this, bitch. Go protect your fucking what? Straight cucks."
You want your dick sucked? Listen.
Yes.
Well,
exactly.
Listen.
Yeah, all it's right. Like you want your dick sucked, and you don't want to accidentally call you Tupac. I'm gonna call you.
Which, by the way, I wouldn't have a problem with that. Like, if I got that whisper, I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna embarrass myself in front of 100 million people. Sure.
I think it's about a divorce. You're talking about two of the wealthiest big-time family in Hollywood. It would be a huge divorce if it happened. I don't see them getting past this. The kids are like I said, the kids had to see what their mom or say they didn't know. Say the two adults are very good at keeping their lives away from them. It's not anymore. It's all out there now. I don't know how Will Smith shows up at a red carpet with her right now, with the way this backlash on him as just like, Miguel said, just not being the man of the relationship at all. I think it was about a divorce. I think she literally said, "I'm fucking leaving you," when he started laughing at her. He was laughing at her, you guys. Like, the whole room is laughing at her. I think she fucking said, "You're fucking done." He panicked, jumped his ass up, went up there and had to do something.
It's $100 million. Hey, listen. I might get real correct for 100 million. I could probably get real correct for 100 million.
Yeah, you're talking a game changer. Your man, all the whole life, it's a game changer.
John, you're going back to Philly.
Yeah. Definitely not where they're living right now. I know that.
Grand opening, grand closing. Yeah, you're right, Will. That's what's happening here, bro. Like, I like your scenario. All right, because I promised it to our producer, it's time to play our favorite game. Will they fuck Lee Honish up? If you don't know the game, the scenario is simple. I'm standing in a beer line with Will Smith. I bump into him. Will turns around and says, "Hey, what's up? Your wife's got no fucking hair." Whatever. Will, while holding a beer in his left hand, hauls off with that right hand and slaps me. Question to the panel. Please feel to bet along. It's a drinking game or a betting game for all of you listening. What will happen next? We turn to our panel of fight experts. I start with you, Miguel. What happens when I say, "Yeah, your wife's a bald-ass bitch"? He hauls off and hits me with that hand. I'm even going to be nicer. he really connects. I'll let him catch me a little higher on the jawline. What happens? Does he A, spill the beer? Does he knock me down? Does he knock me out? What do you think happens?
Well, let's see. First and foremost, he's not holding a beer. He's holding some strawberry daiquiri or some shit.
Right.
And that's his drink of choice, apparently.
A vodka tonic or some gay ass shit with an umbrella.
Ass, like fruity shit.
Right.
And I got to say, because he did the Ali movie, he was probably taught how to throw a punch a little bit better than most actors. So I'm going to say he doesn't knock you out, but he drops you. It's a solid,
Does he spill the daiquiri?
Yes. Usually the daiquiri cups are a little bit. Well, actually, hold on. No. I'm gonna go with no because those cups are a little tall.
Slushy. Yeah, it would be one of those Vegas slushy cup things.
So
yeah.
I mean, he doesn't spill his daiquiri,
wow.
And you don't get knocked out, but you do get dropped. 10-8 round.
Andrew.
Look, one thing a trainer always tells his fighters is don't throw Hollywood punches. They're not the same that he wanted. I doubt he would have hit you, Lee.
I'd be eye to eye with him. He's my height. That's two big boys.
Yeah.
That's two 6 foot monsters. And I think I have weight on him.
There was no moment of surprise. And like I said, Chris Rock's 50-something years old. He took it right on the chin. He's probably never fought in a day in his life.
And he's a full foot shorter.
When's the last time you think Chris Rock's been slapped like that? It's dead serious right now. The guy's been in movies since he was a fucking, 20s? When was he in New Jack City? Had to be in his early 20s. So I don't think he's been in fights. And it was a pretty sad swing by Will Smith anyways.
That's why I was thinking it's a little bit more of a fake, phony type of thing because he went for it. It was very pro wrestling-ish. But if it was legit.
Hands behind his back is so boss. So boss.
You know what?
Boss.
We're going to see what and you know what? I'm not following it. I have no alarms. It might have already happened. I don't know.
I'll tell you. I follow it every day. Go ahead. What's your question?
What the discipline is going to be? If they take his Oscar from him?
None.
They said nothing?
Nothing.
No consequence. At all,
right,
huh?
and that's why everybody's saying this is because he's doing a stadium tour with Kevin Hart, which, by the way, I'm into it. I was talking to Killian about. I'm paying. I'm buying a ticket.
So
that's hot.
That's pretty sad that you could walk up and slap somebody, and you're telling me that nothing's gonna happen to him. I don't know. That's kind of hard to believe. That don't teach the kid.
There you go. That was just for our producer, Sam Navajaro, who thought that was fight worthy for all of you. Nothing new on the Ugas Spence front. They're starting up and ramping all their shit. Ryan Garcia. Let's do the Ryan Garcia. Nothing new. Now it's a love fest with Joe Goosen, fuck Canelo, right? Those two are never going to meet. They're just two different sized human beings. Who's Ryan Garcia going to fucking fight? I'm over this. Let's have a quick Ryan Garcia start, Andrew. Great. You love Goosen. You hate Canelo. Yeah, it was all mama, right? We've got another week and a half. Drop a name with your bitch Oscar and fight a real, who can he fight that he would get?
Comeback first. Hold on. He's got to make a comeback first. He's not dropping a name.
I think he does. I think he has to.
All right, so he's got to make his comeback. The guy that he's fighting isn't a bad fighter. If I'm not mistaken, he has a lot of knockouts, so he's definitely going to check the chin of Garcia, and he's from Africa. I keep saying these guys, they're not pushovers. So it is kind of a hard test that Garcia is doing for himself physically and mentally. If and I can't pronounce his name, not even going to try, but if the young man comes with that pressure that they're known for, he might have a shot in this fight to get Garcia while he's still ring rusty. So no, this is an excellent fight. And then after they're done with this one, yes, he must call out one of the big guys at the lightweight division.
What would make you happy for Ryan? What do you want to see him fight?
It doesn't matter. Lightweights is so hot, they can match him up with anyone, and I wouldn't be mad. It's just like the Camboso either fought Lomachenko or he fights Haney. We can't be mad on both of those matchups. Those are great matchups. So it's Tank, Haney, Lomachenko, whoever they put in there. Yeah, we can. It would be a great fight for Garcia. So no favorite for me.
Miguel, another week of Ryan Garcia hating on the Canelo camp and loving Joe Goosen. And by the way, I love Joe Goosen. Great guy. He's one of my favorite things in boxing. What do you think? Are you going to be happy with this and then wait? Yeah.
You know what I felt? Sorry, Miguel. I just wanted to say, because he made me forget. What I liked about the Goosen thing is Canelo comes out and says, the kid don't like to train. The first thing Goosen and him are doing is shopping.
Yeah, right. It's actually true. And for those of you who don't know, and like if you're a casual fan, which I can't imagine you'd be listening or watching us if you were, but if you were, Goosen fighters throw a lot of goddamn punches. Like he's a cardio monster. Like he is into, you throw punches here. Like this isn't, boxing is about punching in the Goosen camp. And yeah, I agree with you, Andrew. The first video, we're shopping. What a kid. With the video caption of what a kid. Like, oh, you're cashing out, asshole. Yeah, whatever. Miguel, are you going to be happy with the comeback? And does he have to come back? Do you think he can handle the Goosen gauntlet of 334 punches in one round?
I think we'll see like an uptick in activity maybe as far as like punch stats go with Ryan. I do kind of feel like this whole I don't know, mushy fest with Goosen is sort of like forced. it's they see how
well,
Eddie Hearn.
It's week 2 of the lug fest. Like I get the opening week,
saying.
Right? But we're now in. The problem I had with this week's stories and why I'm not doing it traditionally is the same fucking stories. It's the same fucking like. We've been doing these for month after month. I'm over the Usyk thing. He's fighting. I'm over the Joshua speculating his train. Fuck people. Shit or get off the pot. Like everybody drop a dime, pick a fighter, stop saying, I think I'd like to fight, I don't know, King Kong. Fuck. And that's my point. Ryan Garcia, you slept. Bro, because you got mental health care or you fucked somebody bad. I don't know what you did, but he's got no position to be fucking talking the way he's talking.
He's doing some retail therapy, is what the chicks call it, right? Retail therapy with Goosen.
Yeah, no, you always feel better with that.
They see, or at least he sees, pictures on Instagram or Facebook of Canelo and Eddie Hearn or Tommy Hearn in like embracing each other, like they're just so in love, right? And he's like, "Oh shit, we got to do that. Goosen, get over here," and it's to take pictures of them all in the fucking lovey-dovey and stuff. And it's just like, it seems a little bit forced. It seems a little bit almost staged, but clearly it's he's trying to. He hasn't forgotten his ex yet. He hasn't forgot the ex yet. He's like, he's still trying to get over that one. So I am pretty like excited actually to see him back in the ring finally. He's one of the names that we talked about before his little absence. But the guy who he's fighting, he's African dude, and the dude's is not gonna go down, but just any punch, any flashy left hook kind of deal, like you're gonna have to put him down and keep him down. So I'm looking forward to that. And then after that, I forgot, I can't think of the dude's name who just beat Linares. Linares went over to Russia and lost to some dude over there. That guy put his ass him next against fucking Garcia. I can't think of his name at the moment, but like that dude, I'm saying, after of course he get past this African dude. So I'm good. I'm glad to see him back, in the ring, back in active and whatnot. But at this point in his career, in his life, like he should not be taking that long outside of or off of boxing. So hopefully he hasn't lost a step. He is young. They're resilient, right? Usually the youth are very resilient. So I'm sure we'll see him in top shape and whatnot, and you will see a little bit more activity considering he is now in Goosen's camp. So I'm excited to see him. But all right, this is one of those kind of like not top level dudes. Okay, cool, fine. But the next one, you better fucking reach for the stars.
I think, and tell me if I'm wrong, Miguel, Ryan Garcia should go full heel and play the bad guy like Mayweather.
Oh, he can't. I think, he needs, he just seems too, like, just listening to him talk, it's like, he seems too much like, Wonder Boy Thompson. Like, he's just too nice of a dude. I'm sure there's a little bit of heel in him, right? But no, I don't know. I mean, is it a good idea? Hey, you know what? Maybe, if he's gonna start talking shit about Canelo or talking about his camp or calling them cheaters or something, like go low. It's like, oh, okay, I'm down for that. But I mean, really, what's gonna happen? He's never gonna fucking fight Canelo, right? I mean, that's what was it De La Hoya that's saying that?
Yeah, no, De La Hoya is like, you don't. Hey, listen, bro. Listen, bro. Listen, bro. You don't know. You don't know the future. Like, I could pump him full of steroids.
Shit, but win fights. That's it. If Ryan Garcia wins fights, the girls are gonna stay coming. The guys are gonna watch because he's winning fights, and he will be rich. All he has to do is win. That's it.
All you gotta do. Easy formula. Just win, baby.
Yeah, if you want to put a little bit of an edge on him, give him a little bit of stubble, make him look like Razor Ramon, R.I.P. Scott Hall, and it was good.
Yeah. By the way, rest in peace, Scott. All right, another week, but I actually like this next story. Ugas's trainer, Errol Spence, is not the same fighter who fought Sean Porter. Now, I'm not going to read the whole thing and read his comments because they're just ridiculous. My point to this story is there any way Al would let Ugas win that fight? Like, short of like doping his drink, Andrew. Like, I feel like there'd be if we really thought Ugas had a real shot, how is he not catching a bullet in the back of the head?
You don't even have to set it up anymore. The answer is a definite yes, dude. What the fuck? Ugas is cheaper. You think he's gonna be all, I want $20 million now, my next fight. I want $100 million. Yeah, Floyd Mayweather, I want $100 million now. Fuck, these guys are fucking divas. Of course he is. Shut up. Now you lost. Get away from me. Ugas, come on. I give you $15 million. That dude fucking dropped to his knees, thanking him for everything. Changed his life. Life changer. $15 million to Ugas? Come on. You fucking kidding me? No, he'd give him that fight in a heartbeat.
Oh, so great. Miguel.
Well, what's the question? Does he have a chance of winning?
Well, are you in Andrew's camp of I'll take Ugas. If you were Al Heyman, I'll take the cheap guy.
Oh, of course. I mean, well, I choose him. I mean, yeah, of course. That's we saw it. I mean, we saw it coming, right? Take the belt off of Manny, put it on Ugas, and then have the belt off of Ugas and onto fucking Spence, and we have ourselves a unified champ or potentially undisputed. Well, no, I guess Crawford still has the WBO, but you get what I'm saying, right? Holding the majority of the belts. So yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. In a fucking like they would. I wouldn't be surprised if like Ugas like lowballed himself with like asking for a certain amount of money, and it's like no, I'll give you 15. It's like okay, go fuck it. But yeah, I mean, we know we saw it from some time already. We saw it coming a mile away. Just past that WBA belt onto fucking from Manny to Ugas and then Ugas to Spence. So we know it's gonna happen. And there's no way. I mean, I don't like to put like absolutes in boxing because you never know in the fucking ring. But there's no way Ugas is coming away with the W that night. No fucking way.
Yeah, no, that's where you and I are on the same page. But then again, I saw Nakatila. What the fuck happened there? So yeah, it's boxing. Sometimes you don't know. I don't. Yeah,
you guys need to. But I don't know if Crawford versus Spence makes the money that those two are demanding. Listen, those guys are big names in the Fight Net radio boxing diehard circles. They're not known in the casual fans area. There's no freaking group of guys that only watch boxing every once in a while. They're like, oh, I'm gonna go watch Spence versus Crawford. So they might have both outpriced themselves. It's gonna be pay-per-view driven. Their whole contract, guarantee you, is gonna be nothing but what you guys sell on pay-per-view. Because they're gonna be asking for way more money than what the fucking gate makes. Fuck the gate. These guys are going to want at $50 million guaranteed, not each, but together, guaranteed easy when they fight. I don't know if Al Heyman has that. I don't know if the PBC without ESPN can get a $50 million guaranteed fight. Put it this way. Ask yourself, boxing world, has fucking Al Heyman done a $50 million fight without Bob Arum's name?
Ooh. That would have been a good Bob Arum question.
You don't have to say, ooh, you know the answer is no.
The answer is no. And look, I agree, right?
Mikey Garcia versus Spence. Did they sell the fucking arena? The Porter versus Spence. Thurman versus Spence, Danny Garcia versus Thurman. None of these fights, he never heard of them doing shit. No, I don't know if he can pull this fight off for what these guys are worth. Ugas has a big chance of winning that fight.
There you go. I don't know if we covered it, but let's cover it. Miguel, Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually in real talks to make this shit go down.
Well, as far as I understand, it's a done deal.
It's a done deal, right? I don't think we've talked about this. Give me the scrap.
Oh, well, damn it. It's going to be, shit. I feel like Valdez is going to be the one bringing the scrap. I feel like, Shakur is going to try to be the boxer here and try to, bob and weave and move and use the ring to his advantage and whatnot. So we're not going to see the same kind of output out of Stevenson as we will Valdez. I think when we see a fight like that, one guy is going to be the bull and one's going to be the bullfighter, we're not going to see that good of a scrap. But it may turn out that way. Shakur's a young dude. Maybe he gets popped in the mouth and he's like, oh shit, okay, it's on now. And then he starts throwing, and then we have ourselves the classic that we're anticipating. It's one of those things that doesn't happen too often, two young men at the peak of their careers, or at least close to it, maybe still on the rise, and undefeated records, both champions. It's one of those things that happen when the stars align. As far as I understand it, April 30th is the day. It's going to be here in Vegas. So I'm going to be rooting for Valdez, of course, but goddamn it, I'm not sure if he can get past Shakur. That's going to be a tough one. I don't know if it's going to be that good of a scrap because I feel like Shakur is going to want to avoid a lot, but Valdez will go in there guns blazing every single time. Man, I'm excited for that one. I can't wait to see that one.
And does it rate on the scale?
Damn it,
Could it be workmanlike?
No, I don't think so. There's no fucking, I don't see either one of them putting on that kind of fight where the other person is just kind of there to take punches, and the other person just lands the punches like a punching bag. I don't know if it's going to be on there, honestly. Like it's one of those, like one of those fights for us, like the fights that no one else gives a rat's ass about that.
Easy, Kellerman. That was a a fight fans fight. I hate that. I hate that.
It's just one of it's because not many people know about fucking Shakur and fucking Valdez, so it's not like they're gonna go in there and put on some sort of gaudy war type of fight. I don't think that's gonna happen. Although it'll be fucking crazy if it does, because yes, as much as we love to see the boxing, we love to see a brawl too, but there's a caveat to that. It's like, it's not just two dudes throwing punches in a fucking, tough man type of fight. It's two skilled boxers who, for a split second, say, you know what, fuck the skill. I'm just going to throw down with you. It like Hagler Hearns type of deal. It's like the fact that these guys can box and elected to throw down anyway. Like, that's the appeal. That's a caveat. Yes, we like to see a brawl, but between skilled boxers nonetheless. So that may happen. I'm not sure if I'm going to see it from Shakur.
ALP, are you down with Valdez versus Stevenson?
Look, this is a great fight. This is the fight we should be promoting. We should be telling everyone out there that this is April 30th. You have to somehow get to ESPN channel and watch this. Is it ESPN straight up, you guys, or is this pay-per-view?
I don't know. They're still... I haven't seen... I was looking for a distinctive... Here's the card. Here's everything. It's in Vegas, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, wait, I actually think we have credentials submitted.
This is a great fight. This is two undefeated fighters in their prime. Valdez is early 30s, but still in his prime. Look, listen, the knockout that he had over Burchell should make this thing a Super Bowl. This should be Stevenson's big fight, you guys. Like, This is historic for Stevenson's start to his legacy. Valdez is no punk. He's an undefeated two-division champ with one of the baddest knockouts of a heavy hitter in the lightweight division, or they junior lightweights, right?
Yeah.
Junior lightweight division. This is a huge fight. This is Meljic Taylor Chavez. I'm sorry. This is this era Meljic Taylor versus Chavez. This is
right now. Yep.
Yes, and it's sad that the fight isn't there. It's sad that we're like, oh, the diehards know about it, but really no one else. And it's true, Miguel. It's absolutely true that this fight would be so much bigger in the 90s and the 80s. It just would have. It would have. And it's just, that's where we're at right now in the boxing world. But hopefully, fighters like Stevenson, Valdez, and then the lightweight division can pull us back out of this bullshit that we've been into in the last, I don't know, since Floyd fucking started talking about retiring in the middle 2015 or so, the Manny Pacquiao fight. We just got caught in this web of everyone trying to be him. They want to get paid like him, and it really hurt the sport. We need fights like this to pull us out. This is one of those matchups. I'm hoping that delivers. You know, the worst thing that can happen in a fight where we pump up as it's going to be a game changer for the sport is it end in a controversial way or a anticlimactic way, right? Like a headbutt or a freaking fast knockout. Something is just like, oh man, we didn't get the full thrill of the matchup that we're saying. But I'm telling you, this is the fight of the year. This is the one everyone should be watching. I'm hoping that it's a game changer for everybody in the sport. We got to get back to fighters wanting to fight not only for prize. That comes with boxing, but legacy. And that's what these two are doing on April 30th.
There you go. Big story. Can't let this one go. There you go, Andrew. Mayweather's breaking up with Tank Davis. Contract's over. It's over. Nothing lasts forever. I'll always love Tank. But I just want him to be happy, and I hope he finds a smile, Andrew. Are you surprised Mayweather, after everything, is letting him go?
Well, I will believe it when I see it.
Me too. They talk like people who are like, it's your first breakup. Shut the fuck up.
It's like, I'm never gonna love again. Like,
I'm
no,
never gonna love the way I loved you. You'll be back in about a week. Don't fuck anybody before I show up. All right, just keep the hole clean for me, please, babe.
Tank doesn't need Floyd. He never did. He should have just went to the PBC in the very beginning. He was always a PBC fighter. Floyd was just biting into his money. Floyd did nothing for Tank Davis as far as getting him being a household name. Tank Davis isn't any more of a household name than any of those other PBC fighters. So I know they like talking about his sold out crowd or whatever. Who's the one? Floyd's right hand guy, Ellerby, always comes out.
Yeah, Ellerby. Yeah.
They don't want to talk pay-per-view sales, but they love talking that live gate. We don't know what that entails. We don't know, is Floyd buying the tickets or are they selling them? I don't really know. So back in the day, rumor was Floyd bought a lot of his own fucking tickets, a lot of them. That's how he tried to make himself hot. It eventually worked, you know, but is that what they've been doing with Davis, or is he actually selling them? So I'm glad he's hitting the market because I think Floyd was really holding him back. He's got fights there with the PBC that he can do, and now hopefully Al Heyman will get him those fights.
Miguel, do you believe that they're broken up? Will they be seeing other people?
Yeah.
Should I put in my bid for our first Fight Net Radio girl? Tank. We'll be Tanks. Come on, Tank. Come here. We want you. You'll be great with us. It works out really well.
Like, he wasn't good for you, Tank. He wasn't good for you. Come with us.
Come with me. No, just the tip. Just the tip, baby. Just the tip. Are you buying it?
I'm not sure. Like, when I first saw that, I was like, "Oh, damn, really? Wow, he's." And then I was like, "Wait a second.
Wait a second. Contract negotiation."
Yeah, right. Exactly. Like, I'm not sure. I mean, because they fighters, this happens. This is a kind of a common thing, when they're the promoter for a certain amount of time, and they try to break off on their own. It's happened hell of times with De La Hoya and Arum, and Floyd himself and Arum, and fucking Crawford, right, and a bunch of other people. What's his name? Canelo and De La Hoya and so forth. So it happens. So it doesn't seem too far of a stretch. But I mean, considering that where Tank is in his career right now, I'm sure Tank wants to continue collecting those fucking checks and not facing the top dudes. And once he leaves Floyd's stable, I'm sure he's gonna have to face some top dudes. Otherwise, he might not get too many fucking chances. He might not get too many of those damn big paydays. Because the excuse that I keep hearing out of his team and Leonard Ellerby in particular is, they're not fighting these other top guys because they're not stars, because they don't sell out arenas like fucking Tank does. As if Yuriorkis Gamboa sells out fucking arenas. Like, no, dude, come on. The fight with Santa Cruz, right? That was great. Fuck yeah, keep those going, even though. Santa Cruz is a little bit of a smaller dude, but nonetheless, keep going. Fuck yeah, fight those top.
Whooping on Davis.
What was it?
I said Andy was having a lot of success. He was whooping on Davis for that fight, man.
The volume, I think, was getting to him. He's gonna have to fight a guy who's got a lot of volume and throw a lot of punches like that, because there are times where he just takes he takes breaks. He has these lows where he's just not as active. Anybody, people have punched him before hella times without even fucking. It was just going through this period where he takes kind of a break. Tank, I'm talking about, but I don't know if he's gonna want to continue collecting those checks and getting those, I want to say easy fights, but easier fights than fighting the top guys, and using the excuse of them not being stars or selling pay-per-views or whatever the fuck. It's just a bitch way of going about it. And I think he leaves the stable and he's going to have to face those dudes. Otherwise, he's going to slowly fade. Honestly, he's going to fade away. Or he stays with Floyd and Floyd continues pushing his name and, buying tickets for the arena, for wherever he fights. But I'm skeptical. I don't think he's leaving, no.
All right, we've got another entire week of Gennady Golovkin doing the I Will Do Press Again tour. So I'll start with you this time, Andrew. Hey, look, Canelo doesn't define me. Look at my career. Stop. Like every story. Hey, stop with the Canelo thing. He's just a guy I fought a couple of times. Well, I don't want to break it to you, bro. That's like the biggest dude you fought. But here we are. Like literally for the last 2 weeks, this guy has been on a grand mission of a Canelo doesn't define me tour. Are you buying this at all? Or does he know deep down, I'm like 60 and fucking Canelo is going to ass fuck me?
It might be, yeah. I think that goes back to negotiating. He doesn't want to feel or make it seem like he's desperate, even though we all know he's desperate. Golovkin could have moved on with his career. He could have.
He should have.
Fights. Yeah, I know. But none of them brought the 20 million, 25 million, or whatever DAZN signed him for. Remember, he got some outrageous contract too, and yeah, I think DAZN
100 fucking million.
Yeah, they gave him that first fight. He doesn't look good. Dervinchik or whatever, he doesn't look good in it. And then Canelo and him doesn't get made. It doesn't make the fight hot. Put it that way. The fight don't get hot off of his first fight with DAZN. And I think DAZN put the brakes on his career, and Golovkin, there was nothing he can do but wait for Canelo. Anything without Canelo's name attached to it, you're cutting his check in half, if not more. And I think he's been praying for the Canelo sweepstakes to come back around to him. He finally has it. Now you can't act desperate. You got to act like, oh no, I have other options, blah, blah, blah. You're not the only one, but we all know Canelo's going to rape him at the end.
Listen, bro, you don't know. He's going to fight King Rai. You don't know it. You don't know the future.
That guy's stupid.
When Oscar actually said that, I wish I was there just to go, are you literally shitting me? You're talking about a light heavyweight fighting a lightweight. Like, it's gonna.
Everyone should just walk away. Just turn off the recorders and just say, fuck, man. Like, that was a waste of my time.
Listen, bro, you don't know. You don't know. You don't know the future. I could come back. I could come back, bro. Maybe it's got to be me, bro. Well, Oscar, I think you're a heavyweight. You'd actually have to cut for that fight. Fucking Oscar.
Hey, the Charlo Castellano second lands in Carson.
Yeah, right. So that went down, and there's a fight card for it. Hold on. I want to get your feelings on Gennady real quick, Miguel, before we go do that. We got 2 last quick stories. Got to get Andrew out of here in a couple of minutes. But Gennady Golovkin on you, Miguel. What the fuck, bro? You keep talking about your ex. Jeez, just Let her go. It's been years now.
I don't think he can. That's his retirement plan. You know, Canelo's the retirement plan. It's like get that last.
I gotta fuck her one more time.
I gotta fuck her.
And I gotta do it on TV. And I'm pretty sure she's pegging me.
It has to be high profile. Everybody has to know that I'm gonna do it. Everybody has to find out. You know, as soon as I fuck her, I'm gonna put it on Facebook. Everyone's gonna know about it. It's gonna be like, you know. So it's just like I mean, your heart kind of goes out to him. You feel bad. It's like, damn, man. You know, you can fight other dudes. You know, you can fight other motherfuckers. You can continue collecting belts. But at this point in his career, it's obvious that he wants that third fight. And I believe that was even part of like the allure of bringing him to DAZN. You know, it was that carrot on a stick. Like, you're gonna get that third fight with Canelo, so just sign with us. $100 million later, and the fight still hasn't happened yet. I think he's already had 3 fights with DAZN. So it's just, you know, I feel for him. It's like, all right, dude, you got your fucking. I mean, to quote, you know, Andrew, yes, he's gonna get raped in the end. Ultimately, Canelo gets
he's
nothing.
Getting publicly pegged.
Well, should he fight, Canelo a third time, it's gonna be bad. It's a lose-lose for Canelo. He beats an old man while you're gonna beat him anyway, or he loses to an old man. It's like, oh shit, you lost to an old man. So it's really, you know, there's no win for Canelo there. It's just literally the fucking payday. And you know, I feel for Gennady. He's kind of in that position where he kind of got the bait and switch. It's like, all right, well, yeah, you're gonna fight Canelo, sign here, and then it's like, not ain't happening. So he got the poor bait and switch, and he's hoping for that third fight with Canelo as his retirement plan, and it ain't panning out.
Which takes us back to you, Andrew. Yeah, go ahead.
News 2 hours ago, ABC7 said Mr. Smith was asked to leave the ceremony and refused. We also recognize we could have handled the situation differently. That's the Academy of Motion Pictures.
Hold on. I can add to the story because somebody was stupid enough to do this. They're betting odds if the two fought. Jake Paul is offering a $15 million fight.
Disciplinary actions are going to happen, either suspension, expulsion, or other sanctions, but they is going to happen to him. You can't leave. You can't do that. I don't know
what is that? That's a second.
Walk on and then say, "Keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth from your seat."
If Chris Rock doesn't press charges, what other disciplinary actions can there be? Like,
there's nothing.
I
keep saying that. People have asked me if you were. Yeah.
That's motion picture. That's what he works for. What do you mean nothing else can add? He might not be in another movie.
You can make non-union movies in Hollywood. It's a really common thing.
Yeah, he's got plenty of
going any. All right, Lee. But if you think that's gonna make the same as the movies that he makes with Hollywood, I think you're highly mistaken.
Are you kidding? I think he just got more
Hollywood behind it. You must remember. This is a man who came out and talked about an open relationship. You got clowned when he started with that. This is a man whose son came out as a bisexual cross-dresser.
Yeah, right. I know. I know. Yeah.
He's a model. He lost his street credibility when that happened. There was hella people came out and made fun of him. And now you have the August thing with his wife comes out. Now, I mean, come on. His star power is a little bit, it's dropping.
Well, maybe this will help him, Andrew. He will be a minus 3,000 to a plus 900, and if they actually had an actual fight for Jake Paul's 15 million.
Hey, Jake Paul wants to fight him?
No, Jake Paul says you guys should go into the ring. And so sportsbetting.ag actually made a betting line. Will Smith would be a minus 3,000 favorite.
If all the things that I just named happen to, they all happen to Will. If his career ends with Jake Paul slapping him in the ring, it would be the worst Hollywood career ending of all time. Could you imagine if Jake Paul actually gets Will Smith in the ring? That'd be funny as fuck, you guys.
All right, let's go back the other way and get back to real boxing. Castano versus Charlo is on, again, in a location that makes no fucking sense to me. LA. I don't know why the PBC is now obsessed with, why not LA? Did you burn your bridges at Brooklyn? Did you stop paying the bills there? Like, I don't, it feels to me on some level, Andrew, like did you like stiff the Barclays Center for a lot of money, and now you're just moving on to what is it, Dignity Healthcare Park in LA?
Hey, I bet you the capacity ain't the same, Lynn.
Oh no, I know because I've been there. It isn't even close.
I know it is too, dork.
I mean, yeah, if you're on the soccer field, it is, but we're not talking about the soccer field.
That's a great point there too, Lee. Remember I went over all those fights, all those big welterweight names. A lot of those took place at the
they're all Barclay. They're all Barclay. They're
Yeah.
all Barclay. In
Barclays
fact,
Center.
Miguel and I were making jokes about Barclay this weekend, and I go, yeah. And I was thinking, they haven't been there in a while. Like, they've been a little missing. What if they stiffed them? Like, what if they weren't paying their bills?
Yeah, they did a dine and dash. They're like, we're
They
gonna host.
dined and dashed all those fights, and they're like, time to go to California. Time to go to California.
Yep,
Well-
that's the restaurant.
Look, but don't they rent the place out? Meaning the transaction, the payment already happened. Now,
No, that's not how it works. Oh, I actually know this because of the douche thing. Like, it's nothing to rent that venue. I'm telling you, the Barclay or any of those places, they're like, I'm sure they're more than they were in 2007. But let's take Pachanga or San Diego in 2007 for douche. It was only $5,000 to rent the whole arena. Like, it's nothing to rent the arena. So with inflation, let's say 15, 20.
$5,000. Lee, a fucking suite costs $18,000.
I'm not joking about these prices, dude.
There's only $5,000. Don't lie to F&R, dude. Don't lie.
Dude, I was involved in that whole thing. I know how much everybody costs. Like, it's not as much as you think. It really, like, they'll sit vacant. Like, these places will take cuts. What gets expensive is, do you want to cut of the concession? Are we actually hiring security? Like, that's where the money piles up. Now you get into, like, it's not like it'll take $1 million. For what? Like, that's not a thing. And then you've got TV people who come in and cover. No, it's way cheaper than you think it is. Like, you can put on a very sizable fight, very, very cheap. You know what? I'm going to do it before next week. I'm going to call and see how much it is to rent out Dignity Healthcare Park.
Lee, even if your bill was $250,000, right? Say after all security, all the fucking
with inflation, probably maybe six figures. Yeah.
You know how many fight tickets you have to sell to make that back before you get a profit?
Well, in LA, it's a lot of cans. You gotta collect a lot of cans.
In the Barclays Center, it seemed not to work, and that's why they're not there anymore. Because let me tell you, if every fight was a sellout at a 20,000, 22,000 seat arena, then Mr. Heyman would be at that arena every time selling that place out and making a good live gate on his money. But he's not. So, yeah, it's got to cost something because that's why he's not doing it.
All right, I'm going to do my homework for Fight Net Radio. By next week, I will tell you what it costs for Lee Honish to put on a Fight Net Radio fight at the Barclay and one in LA. And I guarantee you guys aren't going to believe the number. Like, it's way less than you think it is. It's way less. Maybe on the weekend it's a little bit more, but I'm telling you, you put on a fight like on a Friday or like you're catching an off day, you're wrong. Those arenas sit empty a lot. Like, they're not using them a lot, and they will cut a deal all the time. What gets expensive is I got to hire Ticketmaster. They're going to take a piece of that. Like, those things all add up really, really, really. In fact, John Oliver just did a piece about Ticketmaster, and trust me, the Ticketmaster thing by itself is a big, huge scam. So it's all relative. But Charlo Castano in LA, which is, again, wrong place. Like, nobody knows this fucking guy. Like, what are you doing? Like, are you giving away tickets with a bowl of soup? Like, I get why I got Chocolito in San Diego, and I saw it play out. I saw real Mexican boxing fans come over the border and all the way from Las Vegas. And we had a great event. Great event. Great event. By the way, saw Bill Trujillo this week out. Shout out. Go to poundforpound.com. Shout out to Bill and the boys. He came over and we had a super great time, which, yes, trust me, Andrew, even I was shocked that he didn't want to punch me after all these years. Miguel.
See you on Sunday, Lee.
Oh. Which one? I'm telling you, when Bill came over the first time, he actually blew me off. And I go, why did he kind of, I go, well, I might have spent like, I don't know, 6 months trying to destroy his website. Because what are you talking about? 6 months straight with Andrew, all I did was bash his fucking website traffic on the show. Like it was a segment every week. And he goes, oh. And then Bill came back over and he's like, no, Raimundo said he saw you and you guys like got a skybox and had a great time. I'm so happy for you because we got to talk about the day job stuff. And I'm like, wow, I'm having a week. You know, you never, so go to pound4pound.com. Bill Trujillo is literally, I mean, who do I need to make up with next, Andrew? At this point, I think I'm on the makeup tour from hell at this point. Well, we know who it should be. It should be Matt. But if I pull off another Matt appearance on this show, I will have completely turned this show 180 again after all these years. Miguel. Castano. Charlo. LA? Question mark?
Well, I don't remember the last time Charlo fought in LA, and Castano, I believe,
or
is
ever. How about ever?
Yeah, and Castano is what is he, Argentine or Spanish?
Maybe. I don't know.
So I'm not sure.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And you know, maybe we're gonna get a good fight. You know, like their first fight was actually pretty damn good. You know, I was loving it. I was watching it from an RV in fucking Parker, Arizona. That happens to have a direct TV dish, so I was catching it right then and there.
Were you with a BFF? By the way, fun side note, at the press table, Andrew, this guy does a BFF talk where that was in the bar while we waited for pizza. He's like talking about BFFs. I'm like, you really got to stop with the BFF shit. Like you gotta stop. I don't know if my brain can wrap around it. All right. Well, go ahead.
It wasn't one of those. It was with some relatives and some other friends, and we had a good RV trip to lake. So not like it was a Colorado River or something right there in Parker, Arizona. So it was cool. And it just so happens that particular RV that we had a fucking direct TV dish, and I was watching Castano and Charlo, and it was a very fun fight. So there's that arena, Dignity Health, Home Depot, whatever the fuck you call it.
Yeah, sure.
What is they had another name for it at one point, but
the place where the Chargers were for 12 seconds. But yeah,
sure. I'm trying to think of what are the other names. But anyway, like that place has a history of like putting on some great fucking fights, right? We see fights like was it? I think it was Vasquez and Marquez a couple of times. I'm not sure if they fought in the same arena, but whenever you fight there, I think as a matter of fact, who else? Rios and Brandon Rios and Michael Alvarado, I think fought there as well. So that fight just brings it out of you. You get those fun ass fights. So if that's kind of the hope from PBC and Al Heyman here, with like maybe something about this arena will bring out a great fight, it really merits. Like it deserves that kind of fight because of the significance, the fact that we're gonna hopefully, we don't get some bullshit draw like the first fight. But if we get a winner, then we get, I think I don't remember if this is the first time or not. In the 4-belt era, that all 4 belts will be on one dude. But we're gonna get that. Should somebody win and not some bullshit, draw happens or something that night. So the significance of the fight is big. The arena is, kind of like a historic arena now. It's iconic. So hopefully we get ourselves a good fight. But keep in mind, this is PBC, so who the fuck knows what the hell's going to happen anyway. But on paper, it has the potential to be a pretty dope-ass fight, a good scrap. It is going to be on the scrap meter. I anticipate it being on the scrap meter. And I don't know who's going to show up. It is a smaller arena, and more often than not, it's fucking empty. So hopefully people show up. Does it say a date? Like when is it going to go down? Does it have a date on there?
It doesn't really.
Okay.
It doesn't.
Because I don't mind driving down there. That's a potential one.
I know you'll show up. Like, yeah, right. You'll be at the back door, sitting at my table one day, looking at your phone, going, "Are we going? Is it time to go to the fight?"
Yeah, like
whatever. It's about an hour up the road. No big deal. No big deal.
So
Right.
it has the potential to be something big because of the significance and the arena itself. So I'm excited to see it. Yes, it's the nerdy geeky part of me. Finally, we're gonna have a undisputed champion in this particular division, which of course we wanted in every weight division, but that one in particular. And we're one step closer, and we may actually have it once this fight goes down.
All right, Andrew, you still with me?
Oh, I guess not.
And there you go. That's the final story for Fight Net Radio. I kind of got that vibe. Like it was 7:00. I took him as far as it can go. It was a good show. I got 90 minutes. Like we've had good shows. We had a good week, and yes, I will put out the Bob audio for the podcast people, and the video will be up. Always go to boxingtonight.io. The guy who disappeared with the, what is he up to? 46, 47 kids. Andrew Labouche. Good dude. That dude, even just as good. I was about to say better. I'm like, they're equally good dudes. I think they're both good dudes. Miguel Antonio Barragan. My name's Lee Honish. Good year. My calendar year is birthday to birthday. And yes, trust me, tomorrow I will attempt to shoot the Oscar cake video for all of you, just for my personal amusement. Listen, bro, that was real. I didn't pay for that.
Hey, bro, better make a strawberry cake, bro.
Hey, bro, that was real. That was like my girl. Sure, dude. Sure. If you were Oscar de la Hoya, the milkman, that fucking photo ain't happening. I mean,
if you're the fucking gardener, no.
What a world you live in, Oscar. You are just such a fucking nitwit. We do this every week. If you like it, click subscribe, tell your BFFs, smash whatever you smash, and we'll be back on Sunday and get you guys a complete update. Thanks, everyone.